when you're doing this technique, it's important to do everything really slowly. Why? Because it's so much harder to do it slowly and to do it with the right focus. If you do it fast, everything can be covered. Mistakes can be covered. You need to have the ability to do this without shaking and falling all over the place. Okay, so that's why Tai Chi is done slowly, not because it's easy, because it's hard. It's harder to do it slowly. So I want you to go through it on your own and try to get as slow as you can and controlled as you can. It's very important. This bit, we'll ignore the leg break for now, or the arm break, which is you could use the leg. But this technique is just a turn. And it works either. It works particularly well on the outside, but it works on the inside with a straight jab. So if you happen to be facing a southpaw, this is, it can deal with that. It's not ideal, but it's enough. You see it's missed. Punch my chest, so then, yeah. So you can see he pulled it, thankfully, because it still don't be hit. But there you have it. It stops it. It's not ideal, but change arms. You can easily land it. This is far easily. So it works on either left or right. So that's what that movement is. People mistake it and think it's not effective because, oh, yeah, it's not effective to deflect rubbish. The reason deflections are effective is because of the reason you have a guard in place. What is your guard? Your guard is simply stopping things getting in the way. Is it there because I'm going to avoid? No. It's because I'm going to try and get around, but your guard will simply slip the punches away. If it was a case of the arms are simply in the way, you just do that, a shell. But it's not. A guard is just something where you intercept the punches. So a guard is already a deflection device. The idea isn't for me to, oh, I can't punch because his arm is in the way, but for me to look for gaps. And then, of course, all he needs to do is make small adjustments. And the guard, again, intercepts it. It's not to stop it. It's to make a small adjustment so that it doesn't hit. And then the person misses, and people go, oh, he just missed. No, he was made to miss. It was deflected. So that's what's happening here, okay, with this movement. Andrew will do a little turn of the wrist. You'll notice just that little turn. And that turn, especially if his arm is low, he'll need to rotate. If it isn't low, all he needs to do is turn the forearm. So you can just turn the forearm, have it right there. And that's already turned. But if it's here as it is in the form, it's and that little turn already affects it. Of course, he then goes over the top with a punch. And so that's the reason why these techniques are effective. They are effectively engaging you in a guard. And that's the difference between the mentality of I must have a block and my guard must be up. They're both really the same. People go, blocks don't work. Blocks don't work, guards don't work. Don't bother with a guard because why aren't you jump and so on. That mentality is nonsense. You're not blocking things for the hell of it. He's not punching me and going, blocking arms and all that. Because that's like saying, all I'm going to do is rely on my guard. It's a nonsense. In self-defense, your guard there intercepts the punches. And immediately you're doing something else. You're not just going, getting my guard in the way. Okay, sooner or later you'll be hit if you're just playing defense. At some point or other, you have to counter, and that's, guard is there, punch. You see my guard worked, and I got it. Okay, that's what this is. Different subject. Going back to this movement. 1, you'll see that this is the same as in Sanshin. As we said before, it's there, and if there's a second punch, it's either over the top, stopping, particularly when it's a low punch, or it's high. That angle, there, faster. That's me there. Slowly, 1, 2, or low, 1, 2. That's that movement there. This hand, there. This hand, there. 1, 2. So 1, 2, 3, yeah, there. Of course, this actually comes down around. It's a completely different, sorry, that way. That's a completely different series of applications. Snap, which we've dealt with previously. That's to break the arm. So once again, if you want to see that out, 1, 2, 3, 4, snap.
Properly. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So rather than trying to push both out at the same time, you're sliding one over the other. Both hands are relaxed, not straight, almost if you're cupping a little pool of water. Same on the other hand, sliding through. Then around on the other side, lifting, kicking, sliding through.
And show the application, because that's a really important one.
I can borrow Andrew again. So we worked last week on this application, so
Sanshin, yeah.
Sanshin.
This is very similar, isn't it?
It's very similar. So I can be reaching out here with the hand and actually just sliding that through. Same sort of movement. And again, one hand on top, one hand on the below.
And if you have a look at where you are when you'd actually do the movement just in the air.
Left leg, right hand is in front.
Yeah, so, and that's when you finish the movement. Notice how you have the other hand forwards, but then look at, pause. You now have your right leg forwards, but your, so it's exactly the same as in the form. When you finish, and that's actually the critical point. So, once again, just the movement in the air, there, leg break, there. You notice now left hand is in front and right foot's in front, but you're going to start on the other leg when Andrew is attacking. Go, please, Andrew. And there, and you end up, of course, just as per the form. Okay, in this lock. And now, if Andrew is trying to go behind, it's very difficult because he's being pushed forwards. And that forward push with the leg in reverse is actually quite strong.